Hey all, 118 Seth Shadow here. So, we've got a smaller number of items to go through this time around, but let's go ahead and get started. First thing is going to be on the newest strides that come out of DivineZ 6, and first is going to be TransL's Messiah. The card, along with most of DivineZ 6, has been seeing fallouts in value for the last week or so. Not necessarily heavy fallouts, but at the very least, nothing has been really spiking out of control, really. TransL's Messiah is currently available for as low as $11 for its triple rare. The silver rare is now available for as low as $20, while the FFR is under $45. The secret rare, given that Messiah is one of the more popular decks to come out of this set, this one seems to be more on the higher end. While it has a market price of $350, it's currently available for $290 at its lowest. On the flip side, though, is Interdimensional Dragon Chronos Command Dragon for Gear Chronicle. This one is overall lower. In comparison, Gear Chronicle hasn't been seeing as much interest in comparison to Link Joker this time around. Right now, Chronos Command's triple rare is at under $7. Market price is also just under $7. And if you want the silver rare for this one, it's about $11.50 to pick up. The FFR here is around $35, and the secret rare for this one's available for $240 with a market price of $270. So, if you're playing Gear Chronicle, at least this one is easier to pick up in comparison. There's also Blue Storm Supreme Dragon Glory Maelstrom. So, if you were intending to build Maelstrom, do keep in mind that the base form, which is still played in the deck, is actually pretty expensive to pick up for now. Like last time we talked about it was in the double digits and the tens. It's still up there. But Glory Maelstrom in comparison is not nearly as expensive. It's less than $1.50 to pick up for its triple rare. And then you've got the silver rare, which is currently under $5 as well. $4 is the current low price there. The FFR is actually on the higher end here at $80. And the secret rare of this one's actually higher than TransL's is. $313 for its base, and its market price is also higher at $324. Interesting to see. The cheaper end of this card is really cheap, but the higher end of this card is actually really expensive. I know Glory Maelstrom is a fan favorite, but dang. Talking a little bit about the discard cycler that really hasn't seen any big gains is Sea Song Dragon Elstino. Even with the Lyrical Monasterio Cup coming up for the BSF, this card is still among the cheapest of the cyclers, along with Stoicheia at this point. Elstino is available for as low as $4 with 15 listings on the market, and the FFR is currently available for around 26, but it's only got 3 listings. These are both from Festival 2024, just like the other discard cyclers, but despite that, it's not nearly as expensive as the others. Now then, we actually got the reveals of the effects for Youthberk, so we're going to be going over a few different cards that have been moving on this. So the first thing to take note is that pretty much we've seen movement on the Revel forms in general. Now, Full Blast was the overall win condition once we got set 13, enabling you to utilize all the Revel forms together as one unit overall. But now that we have Rebuild as well as the new Exist, things seem to have shifted a little bit. So Full Blast is going down in value right now, but not by too much. It's still available for $25 at its lowest, but Tempest and Gust have been getting bought out. The lowest you can get Gust right now is $16.25 for the original triple rare from set 6, and the lowest you can get Tempest at this point is the reprint from Triple Drive at $9 right now. Their prices are moving. They're going upward because of buyouts, but they are getting attention given that you can still play them with the new Skyfall Arms rebuild if you want to, along with Exist. But it ultimately depends on efficiency of if you just want to play Exist or if you really do want to play the other Revel forms too. Zest is still really cheap to pick up. So you don't really have to worry about that. The highest is $1 right now. Though if you do want to get the FFRs of Tempest and Gust, Gust is actually the one on the higher side with only one listing at 125, and the FFR of Tempest is at a low of 75, but with 2 listings. Schneisel is also seeing a buyout. 6 listings for $16 to start right now on its original. I mean, it only got printed in set 6, and then we have the FFR available for $50 at its base with 2 listings. The market price is, though, around $6 for the triple rare and around $14 for the FFR. Svilt, which is a double rare from set 9. This one was featured in the episode, and it's something that Raika always uses as the booster for Youthberk every single time. There are only 3 listings on the double rare right now, starting from around $5, and the market price is about almost $4. The frame rare has been bought out to the point of $20, but the market price on that one is much cheaper at $150. So it's just in buyout status right now, and honestly, you can really only use it as Youthberk's booster. Otherwise, it's just a 5k booster. Wayward Therapy Angel, which also got featured in the episode. This one got bought out on the episode's initial viewing, but I didn't cover this one last time. Right now, the double rare is available 4 listings for $10, but the market price is under 3. No copies of the Graham Grace reprint, which is under $350. The frame rare is at $20 right now with a market price of around 5, but 2 listings there. Moving away from Youthberk, we're going to be looking at some other things now. Eligos for Favernil is down to 1 listings on the market. This only comes out of the Favernil structure deck, and it's at $30 for its 1 listing. As for its actual sells, we're looking at a range of around $13.50 to $25 in the last 3 months, with the latest sales being a little sporadic, around $20. So being the only listing, and because Favernil had new support from DivineZ 6, that definitely got a bump. With Basagra having a high anticipation of high play, I can definitely understand why we're seeing this buyout on Bracing Angel Ladder, one of the Regulus pieces that initially came out of the Triple Drive booster pack. It got reprinted in DivineZ 3, but now the card is getting bought out to a base of $25 right now, and the Triple Drive reprint only has 1 listing at $36. Market price on this is now around $20. Forbidal Surrogate is still up there, given that this card has had no reprint since Festival 2023. This is its only printing, and it's available for $60 right now with 9 listings, still getting bought here and there at a high of 75, and we've been seeing a bit more purchased in this month. Recently, most of the purchases have been around 50, but that was with availability because there were some sales in the 70s that happened this month too. Azel also has gotten Platina Azel announced for, I think it's going to be DivineZ 9. So, Listener of Truth Dindrain has gotten bought out. There are 5 listings on the double rare for this, starting from $10 with a market price of around 3, while the frame rare has 2 listings on the market for around $12 and a market price of 4. Something that hasn't been bought out, though, is Reign Supreme King of Beasts frame rare. This is an order card that's played with Azel that also comes from set 11. There are 8 listings on the market for this one, and there's still around $1.50 to pick up. And there's still more copies that you can pick up for around 5 before they start going to 6. But they're consolidated more around 10. But there's still a decent amount of copies you can pick up for under that. And then there is the extra special rare of Under a Starry Sky of Dancing Sakura Mi Comet. Now, I will note that there is also this card game particularly intended for... what is this actually? Wow, why can't I think of the name? Hololive. So Hololive has its own trading card game that's coming soon, and I believe I don't remember if it was actually announced for English yet, but this card is basically an SP texture with some nice foiling and texturing to it, which can be basically played as any Lyrical Monasterio starter. It's intended to be played as an alternate art for Afternoon Dance Lesson Michu, which is the grade 0 for the Michu ride line. But I mean, you can play this as any lyrical starter, so it's a nice bling aspect. Right now, there are only 2 listings of this on the market for $300 to start off with. The other one is actually $500. And if you're wondering what this is actually sold for, well, in the last several months, we've seen 2 $100 sales, and we saw a $200 sale most recently. I mean, this one, like I say, it's really just bling, and then it's for HoloLive fans as well. So if you were a big HoloLive fan and didn't pick this up initially, you're going to be paying a bigger price on this now. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.